Welcome back to the Emelec Platinum License Installer Program. Now we're going to discuss SwitchTech and microwave sensors. What is SwitchTech and why did we develop it? What better way to have a single fitting that has dual wattage outputs? Our design team have developed a number of fittings that have the ability to change the wattage of the fitting in one unit. Now, we've mentioned this on a couple of our segments prior, but we're going to add a little bit more to our batten range, which we have here. We have our BB models, which has two sizes. If you look behind me here, we have a BB60, which is 600mm, and the BB120, which is 1200mm. Both of these have the capability of changing between a low and a high output mode. Let's look a little bit closer into these fittings. Now, the units themselves, they've been designed with speed in mind and fast, quick fit time. Two-piece fitting with the base unit itself having pre-cut conduit points on the ends here for instant mounting and easy replacement, to the extra large terminal block here. In fact, you can put 4 1.5 wires in those. So plenty of room on those. It's with a two-piece assembly, it's making it simpler to mount the base piece along any of the mounting points on the back here. Now, with a snap-on top cover piece, you can mount this. Let's say I'm mounting this to our ceiling, multiple of points. Snap piece fitting here. It's got your flex connection here, clip straight on. Once in place, a matter of clipping straight on and it's actually in place. Now on the ends here, we would have our end caps, as you can see there, clip straight on. However, if you wanted to actually have two of these units but together, so having an endless seamless run, I've got a secondary one here. As you can see, the holes on the end here, we have one of the accessories. We call it an X-Infinity joiner, as you can see there. Just by applying those to those holes there, once it's clipped in, and again on the other side, it replicates an endless seamless run, as you can see there. Nice and simple. The BB60 with the switching, the 60 model has two output wattages, 12 watts and 24, whereas the BB120 has two, being 24 watts and 37 watts. Now both models have accessories for them available. Number one would be the full diffuser. Having a single fitting which has the option of having a non-diffused, the smaller one does come supplied with the actual fitting itself. There's a bit of a close-up for you. That's the little smaller one. Now with the full diffuser, okay, having that being able to click straight on the fitting itself, you've just changed your non-diffused fitting into a diffused fitting, as you can see. Nice and unique. A couple of other accessories available for those models is the suspension kit. So you can mount that from the ceiling itself, as well as the Infinity joiner, as we mentioned, which joins the two together. So that's the BB60. Great unit, quick and easy access for that replacement fluoros. Check it out in any of our wholesalers today. Very, very good. Microwave sensors. Microwave sensors have been in the marketplace for a long time in various different formats, but recently they've become more common in the lighting range and lighting fittings. The microwave sensor operates completely different to a passive infrared sensor. Passive infrared sensors, if you're not familiar with these, the older styles, which commonly on outdoor lighting, the passive infrared sensors send out a beam of infrared. Now that aiming to the ground or to a wall for your detection, the beam has to be broken for the sensor to be triggered to activate the light. Microwave sensors, they operate completely different. Now a microwave sensor operates by using frequency for detection in its local environment. This can be extremely useful for areas that require a higher sensitivity or a wider area of detection, whether it be from a ceiling to the floor difference, as well as maybe protruding through glass or through maybe a diffuser in one of these fittings. I want to introduce you to the Titan range. The Titan range, there are two basic models on these, which is our TN20, which is a 2-foot version, and a TN40, which is our 4-foot version. Now, these again for a replacement for fluoro, but more for a weather protected application. And these are perfect for that outdoor use, but with the microwave sensors, as we mentioned, having the sensor being able to be tucked in behind the diffuser, as you can see here, I'll show you on this one, there's your microwave sensor just tucked in there. So having that ability to have that tucked behind the actual diffuser itself, it takes away the opportunity of the sensor itself to be tampered with, vandalised, or turned off in any way. But the actual microwave sensor, as a close-up picture there, you'll find it's very easily set by dip switches. Now, the dip switches on microwave sensor, again, it's an advantage over the passive infrared sensors. It's more because you can change things like your distance. So how far do you want your detection range this fitting to pick up? Whether it be 3 metres, 6 metres, maybe 9 metres. The standby time, if it doesn't pick up anything, how long does this light want to retain on for before it switches over to a lower level of light? And that can also be controlled. To the lux level setting, how much daylight before this light actually activates. So all those settings you can change in a microwave sensor. Definitely a lot better option having those. The models on this Titan range that we do have, there is the standard in both TN20 and 40. There's also a version with the sensor. There's a version with the emergency standby facility for those backup batteries. There's also a combination version we have which has both the sensor and the emergency facility available for you as well. So definitely come a long way with the sensors. Microwave sensors do a lot more than the earlier passive infrared sensors. Thank you.